I just want to start by saying, ever since being in the reselling couch business, couch flipping, reselling, furniture operations, um, it has been an entirely drastically massive change, not just within my life, but personally within my mindset, and teaching me the basic fundamentals of business, marketing, um, direct to consumer, like just that relationship, cultivating and actually having a real connection with people and what they want and what to look for, and how to create that connection, and look for ways to satisfy every single customer that I get to, deliver a couch or a piece of furniture, like why this specific furniture is important for them, and why is it that they're choosing my listing, or the couch or furniture that I'm posting over others. And there's that keen eye, keen beauty, the beauty, right? Like when you see something, when you understand why this specific item or thing will be appealing and attractive to a customer, and you're building that connection and you're satisfying the need that somebody's looking for, and adding all the other variables, which is, with pre-owned couches, you clean them, you reupholster them, and you stage, you keep them in your storage or warehouse, and then you have to deliver. And so you put them on your truck, or a van, or box truck, whatever. You deliver them, you're driving while you're getting there, and then making sure everything's safe. And then as you get there, you're unpacking everything, you're putting everything down, you're helping moving the couch or piece of furniture inside. So there's just so many different things to this game. And it's not even just the game itself, but it's resilience, it's mastering business and connection and relationship with people. Because as you're delivering the couch, or even before, like as you're connecting with the customer through messaging, like just the message, like you and them messaging each other, it's already creating that connection. You're getting the feel of why they're connecting with you. And then when you're delivering, when you show up with a piece of furniture, when you show up with the couch, and you're unpacking everything, unloading everything, you're connecting with them. So it goes down to, number one, why they chose you. Number two, how you position yourself. And number three, how consistent you are, right? How persistent you are, and what you're willing to do to continue to improve and evolve. And for me, being at this phase of my life, I started this whole business with negative dollars. I don't even know how negative, but like I owed a lot of money, right? Like not just like with debt that I already have, but I had to quickly figure out how I'm gonna make some money fast to pay. At the time, I had to break the lease. So in order to break the lease, I had to do it correctly. Anyway, long story short, I was paying rent at 2 different apartments for like 3 months, and then I had to pay a specific amount to end it correctly, right? Like no actual breaking lease, like nothing, like just straight up thoroughly done. And that's really what got started. And then on top of that, like I had just graduated from welding school. I was trying out different jobs, just getting hired at different shops and whatnot, different companies, and things just not aligning. It wasn't aligning itself, and I just felt like I was hitting the same wall over and over, and constantly trying to figure out how I'm gonna make money. Because really that was the reason why I went into welding, or why I even went to school as to begin with. It was so I can make more money, right? I didn't want to work at some retail job, working all day, 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, and making less than $4,000 a month. Like I just didn't want that lifestyle anymore, especially working for that many hours and not making shit. So I wanted to be more useful and productive with my time, while still being efficient and optimizing my time and my efforts and my energy to make more money, but to also create value. And I just didn't know what that would look like. I had no idea that I would get into this business at all. I just knew that I had been involved for a while with this community, and it all started with just finding chairs on Craigslist and finding some free office chairs, flipping them literally the next day for $125, and everything clicked right there. I figured it out, like, oh, this is it. Like, I can just find free stuff and then list it on Marketplace or OfferUp, and then end up making a buck or like 20, $100, whatever, right? So it just stuck to me. But at the time, years ago, I didn't have the knowledge. I had no idea what this niche or community or business playbook was about. So I just kind of went with my intuition. I tried to figure it out, watched some videos, got inspiration, did a little bit of research, got connected with people, talked to people, and then just kind of did it on my own as well. And I played around with different things, from finding random miscellaneous stuff to clothing to shoes to not sneakers, but like literally random shoes, and obviously chairs, mainly office chairs. And then eventually I got this is back in 2024, 2023. I didn't have a truck at the time, so I partnered up with a coworker. At the time I was working at this bar, and so me and him, he had his pickup truck, so we went and just picked up 3 couches. And mind you, they were in the worst condition. So it was just kind of like, whatever, I'll just pick them up. I got a storage unit. I just got it for like 1 month free. I did that for like maybe 2 months or 2-3 months probably, and just didn't really clean them. I just kind of vacuumed it and took pictures, and that was it. And then I stopped doing it because life happened. He left. I did my own thing. So I stopped investing into that. I didn't even see that as a thing, or even building it as a business to begin with. Like, I didn't think too much. I thought, oh, a cool little side hustle, find free shit and flip it, right? The reselling game. But then 2025, I had already gotten my truck. I had my truck in April 2025, and I was going to welding school. I was thinking, oh, this is great. Like, I'm working at this retail job, going to school in the mornings and going to work. Like, I got it figured out. I'm gonna, as soon as I graduate, I'm gonna get a really good job or something that pays just around the same or more, so then build my way up, make some more money. Because obviously, in the welding field, there's so much potential, and I believe that in the blue collar field there's a lot of potential. But at the same time, I wasn't self-aware. Like, I wasn't as self-aware as I am, and although I was actually self-aware, I was suppressing that awareness and intuition within myself, because as a whole, entirely throughout my entire life, I never wanted to work for anybody. Like, I sucked at working jobs. Like, I actually was extremely skillful and a very good worker. I just sucked at being consistent and showing up, because I hated working for someone and going to clock in for shit pay. Like, I wanted to work for myself, and I wanted to make and create value, make money and create value as an exchange, and then grow from there, right? So I just never knew what that looked like. I was always inspired by entrepreneurship and business, but me thinking I wanted to impress others. Oh, look, I went to school, I graduated, because I didn't want to spend 4 years in some community college. So I thought, well, trade school might take like less than a year, right? And I can just learn that skill and then get really good, put some time, some years into it, and then eventually make like 60, 70K, and then just work for someone and clock in and just live my life as that. Like, just get comfortable, buy a house, you know what I mean? Like, impress your friends, just your 9 to 5. Like, but I didn't know that is exactly not what I wanted. Like, I actually knew, but I suppressed it so much that I forgot. And I thought, this is what I want to do, right? You think to yourself, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna go all the way, and I'm gonna pour in all my time and energy. And matter of fact, I did really well in school, and I graduated, everything was fun. I ended up literally getting two different opportunities to work at a company, one with the union, and another one I immediately passed the weld test while they were recruiting at school, and then I immediately had a job right before I graduated. So I went for that, and I ended up leaving, going to Brownsville. It's actually a pretty known company in Brownsville, aerospace company. But anyway, it was cool. It was a really cool experience, and it was worthy. But it was just, not only was it a slap in the face, like, yo, wake the fuck up. This is not what you want, right? But I just started to get so much, like, depressed. Like, I was already sad because I am not on my path. Like, I'm not creating the value that I want, that I know that I want to do in this world, like my own stuff. Like, I want to make and build something, but I continuously am trying to chase after something that is only validating the external side of what I want people to see about me. Oh, I went to school and I have a good job, and then I got a house, and then I have the car, and then I have the wife, and then I have the family, and then we just do our little trips here and there twice a year. Like, this lifestyle, this pleasing everybody, keeping up with the Jones, just this American dream. Like, it's just very comfortable, very certain, very stable. But deep down, like, I know for a fact I've always been a risk taker, and I've gone through so much, and I've persevered through challenges beyond anyone's wildest imagination. I've came to the point of my life where I was before. I turned my whole life around, and so there has to be something more meaningful than just going to school and getting a good job and then doing that for 30, 40 plus years, then retiring, and then just, that's it. You just work you work like for the next 30, 40 years of your life, and then hope that you can take that cruise and retire the next 20 years that you have left. Like, I thought that was it, and it wasn't, and it's not, and I know it is not for me, right? Like, I knew that. So as time went by, and then I left that job, went back home to Houston, and was trying to figure out, still chasing after this vision that I was trying to align myself with. I just kept hitting that same wall. So then it came to find out that I really needed the money bad, and I was down very bad, and my wife was trying to help me at the same time. And although I would get jobs and then they would cut, I actually ended up working at this job. I got at a welding shop. I got hired. I passed the weld test. I got hired. I was very excited. I was doing great, or okay, but they ended up cutting my hours from 56 to like 32. Things slowed down, and I was like, how the hell am I gonna make money? Like, I need to make now. I have bills. I have this other apartment that I need to figure out what I'm gonna do with that. And then I just decided, you know what? I remember that one time I picked up those chairs, and then me and this, my coworker, this friend of mine, we went to pick up some free couches. Why don't I just go do that again? I've got a couch. I mean, I've got a truck. Let me get another storage unit, like a little storage unit, and at least for 1 month free, whatever, and then figure it out. And I did. I went on Marketplace. Or actually, I think I went on Craigslist first. I ended up finding this free couch, this leather recliner, really just the distressed leather couch recliner. And I picked it up, took some pictures, left it in the unit, posted on Marketplace, Facebook. And I think within the next day or maybe a few days or so, I sold it for $100, and that was it. And after that, I just kept on doing that over and over, picking up couches, picking up random furniture like coffee tables and dining sets and whatever, right? Just kept picking up whatever I could find that was free, and I just kept on rolling with that. And then I was able to finally pay off the apartments in that other city. I was able to finalize ending my lease term, ending on good terms with that leasing apartment complex. Done with that. And then, obviously I'm still trying to figure out what I'm gonna do with this job that I have, with this welding shop that I have, because they had cut my hours, and it was kind of like a back and forth, like, well, we're gonna have hours coming up and this and that. And then I just ended up leaving because I didn't see the point in being somewhere where it's unstable with my time, and I'm trying to make some money, and I'm actually flipping couches now, and I'm making a little bit of decent money. I think I made my first $1,000 to $2,000, right? An extra about $2,000 in October. And then I got connected with this software company that helps with not just receiving alerts within seconds, but actually helps you scale your business into a much more profitable, stable, and scalable form of system, right? For the business, not just grabbing or I mean picking up random stuff, free couches and free furniture, and just kind of like, you know, just spending a lot of time cleaning, or just posting on marketplace for like $100 and then hoping you're making some good money. No, like this is actually a very professional, systematic process that helps you scale up into an actual furniture reselling operations business, where it's not just wholesale, you know, not just um, with different processings of like overstock or liquidations, but where you're having a system, you're having a business, you're in leadership, you have people working for you and with you, and you know, you're scaling, and anyway, you're building a personal brand around it too. And so I thought, this is it, like I have to take it, like I have to go all the way with this. But at the same time, I don't know, it was just intuition. Like I knew that, what else do I got going on with my life, you know? Like what else do I gotta do? Like I'm here trying to make some money. I had no idea that, you know, okay, sure, couch flipping, I just did that and ran with it, but what else am I gonna do? Like I have no other idea of what kind of business I can start literally with $0. And so I just decided, why don't I just do this and, you know, eventually get to where I'm at currently, which is buying you know, liquidations types of furniture, like spending a couple hundreds or whatever, and then reselling it for, you know, for obviously a lot more, but like these items would be in a much better condition, whether it's open box or new. And yes, I am still picking up pre-owned couches and other sorts of furnitures, but it is now a lot more professional and scalable. And this all happened last year of late September, October, early October, and I've been doing that every single day. Every single day, I non-stop. I have not stopped at all whatsoever. So yeah, I mean, that's been my journey in this whole game, in this whole business. And you know, obviously the vision is there, strongly there. Not just building a personal brand, you know, obviously that word or that term gets thrown out a lot, but it's also like I said from the very beginning of this whole video, is how can I connect more with people? How many more people can I create that connection and relationship with, where they have that trust, but they also have an incredible positive experience with me, and because they chose me, there's something there that captivated their attention to gravitate towards what I'm able to offer them, what I'm able to offer to them as a service, as a way that they can, you know, say, oh yeah, this is exactly what I'm looking for. And also, wow, what an incredible connection and experience I just had with this person. Like I'm gonna recommend them with other people. And overall, like the whole idea here is that I'm not just providing furniture, you know, I'm not just selling furniture, I'm not just servicing the services along the way of reselling furniture, but I am connecting with people on such a deep, meaningful level that has that impact on their lives. They'll remember and look back, say, wow, I remember this person, I had such an amazing experience. Like that was an incredible buying experience. And that is the entire motivation, that is my entire drive, and that is my entire vision with this business. It's not just having the storefront, you know, the 2,000-3,000 square foot warehouse, you know, being locally known, and like everybody recommends me and knows about my business. Yes, that. And obviously the best kind of furniture or whatever, you know, just nice quality, new, gently used, whatever. It's not just the furniture, but it's the recognition, it's the experience, it's the connection that I have with people. And so that is one of the most impactful things I've ever learned now, from then to now, about business, from starting with $0, probably, like I said, negative, and just going all the way since now, till today, and it's impacted my life profoundly. And that's just everything. I'm grateful. Everything that I'm grateful for, that I get to see this and do this every single day, even though living in uncertainty of how am I going to make the next buck? What am I going to do if I don't sell this? But I do this and I show up with resilience and persistency and such a level of faith and confidence that it's just unbeatable. And to me, I know that I have what it takes and have proven that this not only works, but to start a business with $0 and just going all the way is and like actually have this vision and faith along the way. And not to get too spiritual, even though I am very spiritual, knowing that, like, you know, a higher self, God, whatever, is looking after you every single day that you do this, no matter how hard and challenging it gets. Because everybody wants to get it right, and I didn't get it right. I actually started this business with nothing, and out of necessity, with barely any skills, and just giving it my all every single day. Like, not a single day has it passed by that I wasn't putting in my time and energy in every single second, whether I'm all day out in the heat here in Houston, Texas, you know, whether I cut myself and I'm bleeding, whether just unexpected events happen along the way where my truck just breaks down for no reason. I still showed up. I still had absolute certainty and absolute tenacity and vision that just continues to fuel what I do every single day. And I know that sounds psychotic, because it's like, no, hey, go back to getting a job, do it right, save some money. But no, I'm showing up, and this is it, and I know that I'm gonna make it happen.